Whoa, three, two, one, and we're live. Welcome, everybody. What a fucking day it is. Because why? Because this is the first episode, the first ever episode, and possibly first and only ever episode of Des Shits On. Okay, Des Shits On. The reason for this show is very fucking simple. I have a lot of opinions on a lot of different things. Okay, there's very few things you can actually just take out and I don't have an opinion on. It's very, very unlikely. I would like to say that not all of them are shitting on. I like to say that I do have some positivity within me, but let's be honest. If I sit around going, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice," it's not gonna. We're not gonna move any tickets here. We're not gonna get any eyeballs. It's not gonna work. It just so happens that when I happen to go off on rants and tangents, that things seem to click and make the most sense. So this show is inspired by things that kind of either piss me off or have perked my ears up. And can be talking about fucking anything. Could be news, tweets, pieces of whatever. Music, film, fucking whatever. You notice I said film too because I'm a classy guy. Classy guy. Anyways, speaking of film, that is the reason, the idea to do something. I just lost my pen. The reason I decided let's do Des Shits On is because I was sitting watching a movie that I've seen a couple times. I've seen it like years ago, and it was always, look, it's one of these things. It is what it is, but like, you watch it at the time, you're like, yeah, it's whatever. But it makes me feel good, and it's like it's soapy and it's syrupy, but it's like, you know what? It's good stuff. You get a little bit of a kick out of it, and it brightens up your day a little bit, right? Even if it's a bit fancy, fancy, whatever. I watched it again last week. And I gotta say, it kind of made me a bit fucking nauseous. Like, there's certain things that I used to think were cute or whatever that now I think are like, we gotta sit and talk about this. The movie I'm talking about is When Harry Met Sally, okay? New York icon, right? The Cat's Deli scene. You still gotta give that respect and all that kind of stuff. No worries there, right? No worries there. But there's a lot of things in this movie that are kind of tucked in that nobody talks about. I think, you know what it is? It could just be seen it 3 fucking times. 3, 4, maybe even 4. I have this. Three or four times I've seen this thing now. And so after you get past the initial things, you start digging a little bit deeper, and you're like, okay, wait, time out. Why is this? What's that? We need to talk about that, right? Or it could just be that the world's fucking changed. It could be that the world's changed, and things that would have been fine 8 years ago, are now kind of like, all right, well, no. This was time the fuck out. Or it could be that Desi's changed. I change. I know I come off as like a one-track mind that, if it's Tuesday and if it's Friday and then if it's the following year that it's going to be the same thing. Not fucking true. Not fucking true. Desi's brain is more elastic than you'd like to think. Anyway, without further ado, and I'm afraid to move this because I'm on a very flimsy setup here. I don't want to give you the whole rundown, right? But I'm on a very kind of precarious fucking setup here. At any moment, anything can come crashing down and fucking ruin everything. So just know that that's the level that we're on right now. Without further ado, let's hop into this shit, okay? Shall we? I think so. Okay. I will give props. Fucking soundtrack is on point. Okay. Point number 1. I'm not going to make too big of a deal out of this because I guess your options are limited, right? You either get a different actor or you use the same guy. You do the best of what you can. This is also 1989. We didn't have the fucking spectacular, brilliant fucking technology that they had in The Irishman that I fucking swear to God, I thought Bobby De Niro was fucking 25. The way he was stomping the guy out on the curb, he looked like a fucking spring chicken. But anyways, I'm digressing here. I guess they did the best they could do because he's got to be pushing 40. He's got to be at least 40 or around circa 40. You like that word? Circa 40 in this. So I guess they do the best they can do. It's a bit whatever. Like you know what? Again, I'm not gonna. That's probably me, 3rd, 4th time viewing, being a bit particular. But that's not one of the major problems I have with this movie. Okay, Okay, time out. No. See, that's a bad start. Okay, anybody knows. Forget road trips. Just snacks in general. No, nobody does fruits. Fruit's not a thing. It's a known meme. It's a known joke that your mom used to say. Oh, when you're hungry, have some fruit. It's never. Like, you have to eat a fucking barrel full of it to get full. That's like $25 that nobody fucking has. And even when you fucking eat say you eat a whole basket of grapes, you feel bloated. It's all liquid. And then you God forbid you have any fucking coffee. Good night. This idea that he's going to have, I can already tell what his kind of, socioeconomic background is. The fact that he's pulling out grapes in a car. Unless they stopped at the roadside from like one of those kids who's got no shoes who's selling grapes and they bought it like from the source. This should be a fucking red flag from the start, knowing what you're gonna get into for the rest of the movie. But I'll keep going.
No, I like to eat between meals.
Wouldn't you rather be with Humphrey Bogart than the other guy?
I don't want to spend the rest of my life in Casablanca, married to a man who runs a bar. That probably sounds very snobbish to you, but
Yes, it does. This is the epitome of snobbishness. Would you rather be with the guy who went to journalism school in New York? And then is asking, when he's 37, is asking questions of whether he feels fucking fulfilled or not? All stupid shit like that. You're going to get fucking, some risotto in some spot that because somebody said you have to fucking do what you did. But this guy ventures off on his own out into fucking Morocco, owns his own fucking bar in Morocco. I haven't seen Casablanca, so I don't really know what I'm talking about here in terms of the plot. But the idea, just the idea alone, that you're able to survive. First of all, you have the business savvy to be able to survive in a largely Muslim country, selling alcohol, and to have the vision to be able to say, look, society is all going this way. I'm going to fucking go that way. If you own a bar in Morocco today, you're a fucking champion. And if you're not good enough for Meg Ryan, well then guess what? She's not good enough for you. Shouts out to all the bar owners in Morocco. You keep doing your thing. Don't let this deter you.
You'd rather be in a passionless marriage
and be the first lady of Czechoslovakia.
than live with a man you've had the greatest sex of your life with just because he owns a bar and that is all he does.
Yes.
Also, she would rather be the first lady of Czechoslovakia. See, that's not even a place anymore. That's gone. It's out. I bet you that bar, it's a fictional thing. But if somebody had a bar there, that bar would outlast the whole country of Czechoslovakia. And don't tell me, but it's two different things. That's not the point. I'm here to win little arguments, okay? If this was a debate team or some shit, what happened there? If this is, again, I told you, very flimsy setup. If this is a debate team, I'd win. Next thing.
What can I get you?
I'll have a number 3.
Okay.
I'd like the chef salad, please, with the oil and vinegar on the side, and the apple pie a la mode.
Chef and apple a la mode.
But I'd like the pie heated, and I don't want the ice cream on top. I want it on the side, and I'd like strawberry instead of vanilla if you have it. If not, then no ice cream, just whipped cream, but only if it's real. If it's out of the can, then nothing.
Not even the pie?
No, just the pie, but then not heated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, I guess they're a bit self-aware because they got the waitress being a bit, or server, sorry. They got the server being, like agitated, but like big fucking flag here. This is one of the big complaints in this movie. And then towards the end, I guess I'm going to have to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it. It's, it's typically what it is. It's what you expect it to be. The whole thing is they end up saying, can, guys and girls be friends without having sex, whatever, and then in the end they get together. But at the end, he gives her this whole thing, and that's one of the charming, he says that's one of the charming things. He goes, I love how it takes, he's like, here are all the things I love about you. I love how it takes 10 minutes for you to order. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? This is a fucking deal breaker for me. Do you understand that? There's nothing in that suggests that you're not a fucking shit tipper. I bet you she's below 10%. because the whole thing is me. How's my experience? Like I said, you want to talk about Czechoslovakia? There was fucking, within the past 2 generations, there was violent shit happening in Czechoslovakia. Right now, a couple miles from this fucking diner, somebody's being shot in the fucking head. Okay? The state of your eggs, unless it's diabolical and you can't eat it, and unless the people there are just total fucking assholes for no fucking reason, you eat your fucking food. It's on the menu. If it's not, you say, hey, I know I'm being an asshole, but can you move one thing to the other? Can you put the ice cream on the side? I just prefer the ice cream on. It's all that simple. And then say, like, I'm inconveniencing you. I'm sorry. But no, the fucking entitlement. And I get it. It's a movie. It's a rom-com. We're supposed to be blah. But the fact that, like I said, the fact that at the end he says, but that's one of the things I love about you. Maybe it's just personal differences, but to me, not only is that not appealing, not only is that a turnoff, not only is that this is not fucking progressing much farther beyond this point, but it's like, I think as a society, you need to stand up against that shit. Like, who fucking cares that your flounder is not as breaded as you want to? Fucking deal with it. Don't celebrate this shit in our fucking arts and entertainment. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so 15% of my
See, here it is. What did you say? 15%? No fucking way. I doubt that.
15% of my share.
50% of her share. See? No. Put your fucking calculator away. Why? There should be a law. Unless you have a party of 50 or more. If Des ever becomes fucking president, here's the law. Unless you have a party of fucking 50 or more, you are not allowed to bring a calculator within fucking 250 feet of a dinner table. You're just fucking not allowed to. You're just not. The calculator, but the calculator's in your phone. It'll be disarmed. I will support Google and fucking mass surveillance on that issue and that issue alone. We'll build these things into restaurant tables, like these sensors, and it fucking deactivates that shit. I don't give a fuck if you're having a Wall Street discussion at the dinner table that you need to have the math to tell to you. Yeah, that's all a load of shit anyway. Your fucking stock's going to fucking zero anyway, because it's all horseshit. Unless your fucking stock is one of these monopoly shits that's gonna fucking rocket and take off regardless, in which case you don't need a fucking calculator, do you? My proposal is, as I just said, because of people like that. And again, I get it. Romantic comedy, whatever. It's fiction. That's not fiction. There's fucking people like this. There's too many fucking people like this. And now the fact is, we're reopening after a year of the city saying, no, the wing spot, you gotta shut your fucking stores down. This spot, salad chain spot, you're okay. Everything else is okay, but you gotta shut. And now you're gonna have people come in and do this shit all the time, especially because you got these apps and he's like, oh, hold this, hold the pickup, this. Shut the fuck up. Put the calculators away, shove your requests up your ass. See, he's looking at her with adoring eyes. He thinks it's cute and charming. It's fucking not. Neither, neither, beide. Let's call the whole thing off. Fucking soundtrack on point. Chef's kiss. Towers. Godspeed. God rest you, merry gentlemen. Oh, hey. This is nice, charming. See, this is what I'm talking about. But this is how they sucker you in. But then they sucker you in with that, and then the soundtrack, and then they expect that you just glaze over some serious fucking flaws here. Okay, here's one that's coming up. First of all, I mean, accurate to the times. She's with a fucking Gordon Gekko ass, fucking boat shoe wearing dipshit, because that was in vogue. Not from personal experience, I wasn't around to say that, but retroactively, you look back, this is what was popping at the time. if you need any sort of indication or confirmation of that, look at what fucking book was written by a certain person, which actually wasn't fucking written by him, it was written by somebody else, which skyrocketed to the top and was honestly a fucking load of shit, but told you about making fucking deals, and that's as far as I'm gonna go in on that fucking point. Okay, see, she remembers him. She knows him instantly, right? And then he fucking pretends that he doesn't know her. Again, not a major complaint because it stays within the realm of this movie. We're not talking about things that I can kind of go off beyond it. But, you know, still, like, watch. See, her face, she knows. And then the other guy... Oh, that's the bombshell. That's the bombshell. Listen.
You still with the DA's office?
No, I switched to the other side. What about you?
I'm working with a small firm of political consulting.
And that's fucking it. That is probably enemy number one on my fucking list of shit in this movie. It's this, that fucking 5 seconds, and then she mentions it like half an hour later. They're like, what does he fucking do? It's like, he's a political consultant. And then fucking nothing. Nobody says anything after that. You don't see a single second of this guy at fucking work. You don't see him at work. I'm not saying you have to be at work. I'm not saying whatever. But this idea, right? It's like, that's it. They've settled that. 2 fucking words. Political consultant. And then half an hour later, political consultant. Doing what? What the fuck are you possibly fucking doing that's going to pay for the fucking properties that you're going to see later? And this is, I get it, that it was 25, 30 years ago. It was cheaper. You bought that shit for what, $250, $300. You bought something nice for $500,000. It's worth fucking $5 million today. But you still say, oh, you know, this and this, that we must. And then the people, it's like, fuck off, dude. Fuck off, dude. That's exactly the kind of shit. I know people like this. This is why it's like, really, and then they're just saying, oh, but he's a political consultant. What are you consulting? This is the 80s. Political consultant. So you're either fucking advocating for some fucking horrifying shit somewhere across the planet that obviously has nothing to do with you. So yeah, burn the kids in acid. How many? 200,000? Doesn't fucking matter. Fucking, you know, stars and stripes, blah, 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 blah. Or, I mean, what's even the opposite of that in the 80s? What's the opposite? Political consulting. And you get paid that much fucking money. To do what? To do what? These are the people that... stop going down. Can you stop going down? This is... See, are they watching? Are they watching? I don't think so. But a bit curious that it happened to go down at that moment. But these are the fucking people. These are the people, you talk about renaissance of ideas. You got fucking, you know, golden toilets guy who looks exactly like the old guy, the old president. And now you got this guy who's talking about fucking political consulting. And then nobody bats a fucking eye. Nobody asks for more details. As in what? How? Who are you consulting? It's just a fucking job title because it's Career Town, and then he is representing this new guy who's in office, and it's these old stale fucking ideas. We're talking about a movie that's over fucking 30 years old now. And at the time of them making this, your one dude who's in there now already ran for president. That's how fucking old he is. And the other guy, like I said before, had a fucking book deal and was in fucking Home Alone, shaking whatever's, you know, Macaulay Culkin's hand. You know, have we just not fucking moved forward? Have we not fucking moved forward? You can't make a movie like this today. You can't fucking do that. Because yes, what do? Oh, I'm a political consultant. But that's not gonna buy you a fucking house. And in half the time that you would have, you know, to dedicate for where these people go on their fucking dates and shit would have to be devoted to where they fucking spend and time in a fucking workplace for fucking 12 hours a day for like fucking no money. Or for decent money if you actually contribute less to fucking society. That's my big fucking problem with this movie. Political, what the fuck does that mean? That's, you know what? I'm gonna be a political consultant. I should be a political consultant. You know what? Des is going to become, from here on in, fuck the president shit. Because there's no money. Maybe there's some money in it. I'm just going where the money's at, to be honest with you. If everyone's going to be corrupt in this whole thing, I'm going to be what? Goody two-shoes over here? I'm going to be a political consultant. You hire me, I'll set the fucking price. $100,000 a year, minimum. I'll come back. I got to think about that number. You're going to come to me, and I'm going to tell you how it is on the street corners and in the diners and in the barbershops and all that shit, and you're going to fucking pay me for that knowledge, because the truth is, you're in these fucking penthouses in wherever, you don't have a fucking clue. You don't have a fucking clue, and you're looking at us like mice in a bowl. Mice, that's a bad analogy. You're looking at us like little people in a fucking snow globe. A lot more poetic there. You're looking at us like the little people with the mittens in a snow globe going, how do I reach these people? How do I get there? What do I gotta do? I'll fucking tell you what to do. Okay? And then we'll make a whole fucking movie like this. We'll see. This is the reason that I love ideas. Because ideas, they spring up like that, and all of a sudden, bam, $1 billion fucking movie franchise when Desi met whoever the fuck, and it's gonna be me being a political consultant. And it's going to be what we do in the meantime after this. I fucking love it. Let's go. Let's keep going. So he doesn't remember. Oh, he does remember. He does remember. But how do you not remember being in a car with somebody for... How do you not remember being somebody... Like, and she says it right there. But that's not realistic. Like, again, that's trying to paint guys as fucking meathead. Like, oh, well, I don't remember. I don't... If I was with the girl for 5 hours going across the country... Fucking 35 years ago, even. When I was fucking 3. I mean, my memory was better when I was 3 because it was pre me being a fucking pisshead and all these other chapters in my life. But I would still fucking remember that shit. You don't fucking forget a multi-hour drive across half a country. And I think that they're doing that to make this guy look like, yeah, well, I'm just a dude. We just fucking, if we didn't stick our dick in it, then we don't fucking remember. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Come on. We're not that, like I said before, we're not that simple. We're a bit more complex. We're complex creatures. Okay, give us some credit.
It was the longest night.
I love you.
You do?
Yes.
No, he doesn't. No, you don't.
I love you.
No, you don't. You don't have love in your heart when you fucking look like that and you dress like that. You don't fucking have love. You calculate love. Talk about fucking calculators, bringing the calculator theme back into this shit. You got a fucking thing in your pocket. I know this is 89 before mobile technology and all that shit. But nowadays, this kind of clown has a fucking thing in his pocket that tells him the exact market value of love for that fucking day. And if it's above a certain number, he fucking buys it. And if it's below a certain number, he fucking sells it. Or vice versa. I don't fucking know. I don't follow this shit. But you're going to say like that kind of shit? And again, I get it. It's just whatever, but it's a movie. But I'm supposed to fucking relate. If he's saying that shit, that love, whatever, I don't fucking buy that. I don't relate to that character. I'm not saying every character has to relate to me, but this is tying to the overall theme of the movie. It's like, where's Desi supposed to attach himself in this film? Where's he supposed to do that? To the servers that are being fucking bombarded with the laundry list of demands from this uppity clown over here?
And what would you like to drink? Nothing, thanks.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's what I want. Regular tomato juice filled up about 3/4, then add a splash of Bloody Mary mix, just a splash, and a little piece of lime, but on the side.
The University of Chicago.
You know what the funny thing is? She's going to get that. She's going to get everything she wanted. And it's not going to be enough. She's going to have it. And is it going to make her fucking day? Is she going to kiss the ground and say, you know what? It's blessed to be alive. I'm fucking blessed that I'm in a fucking little tube and we're going to the opposite side of the fucking country or the planet or wherever the fuck they're going. Is she going to do that? No. It's going to be like, well, I could have gotten. This is a beast that is never satisfied. That's why it's so ugly and they're passing it off as cute. There's nothing fucking cute about this. It's disgusting.
Yes.
Did you look this good at the University of Chicago?
No.
Did we ever...
See, again,
No.
sleazeball. Don't, like, and again, but if it's in your DNA, you can tell somebody's just being a fucking sleazeball. They're trying to make this guy a sleazeball. He forgets, so he's like, hey, did we? You would, like I said, you would fucking remember, and fuck off, dude. Fuck, political fucking consulting. So actually makes a lot more sense now.
We drove.
Amanda, right? Amanda Rice.
Reese.
Right, that's what I said.
You would remember. I got foggy fucking memory now, and I would still fucking remember. First names, last names. unless you, like, if you're dating especially, like, talk about, if you're somebody who blended into the fucking wallpaper and had no personality, then probably not. But if you're somebody that I had a relationship with you, stop it.
Whatever happened to her?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Remember.
Roberta.
Right, Roberta. But I couldn't take my eyes off you.
What is this comment? Does everybody have amnesia in this fucking movie? Like, maybe you asked me the plot of speaking of movies, you asked me the plot of movies, I forget that shit, right? But you talk about fucking people, I fucking remember. Like, how you don't fucking no, you remember. Stop.
Over to her and I said, what did I say?
You said, what are you doing after?
Right. So I just.
I guess he's just got fucking Alzheimer's or something, because she's taking the lead on this whole thing.
We go for coffee.
That's not the joke about Alzheimer's. I get it. It's a serious thing. Go donate to whatever Alzheimer charity. I know, but here, crucify me. There we go.
They just bought a dining room table. He and his wife just went out and spent $1,600 on a dining room table. Where? The point isn't where, Alice. The point is he's never going to leave her.
So what else is new? You've known this for 2 years.
You're right. I know you're right.
Why can't you find someone single? When I was single, I knew lots of nice single men. There must be.
What is the need? And this is why this is actually relevant, because this shit still fucking happens today. Like, you know, what is the need to organize a fucking dining experience in somewhere obviously that's fucking lush and expansive, and you got the fucking rivers and parks right there, to just sound out shit that nobody fucking cares about? Me, what about me? Where am I? Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. If that's gonna be about you, if you're gonna invite me, to some shit like this, and don't say, oh, because it's women, because guys fucking do this shit too. If you're gonna invite me to some shit like this, and we're gonna sit and talk about every aspect of your personal life, and if it's a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, and where it needs improvement, and where you could possibly find some answers, you know, serendipitously in fucking, you know, the aisles of a bookstore, like, then make it a 15-minute in and out fucking drive-through experience. You know, if it's anywhere, you know, like Dunkin' Donuts. I know you should go to your local coffee shop, but if you ever go into Dunkin' Donuts and it says like maximum sitting time here 15-30 minutes, that's the kind of shit. If this is what we're going to be talking about, and again, like I said, because everybody today talks about shit like this all the fucking time, and nobody fucking cares. Or maybe everybody cares. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I'm alone. Am I alone? Am I alone in not giving a shit about this? But if you're going to invite me and you're going to loop me in, we're going to somewhere maximum 30 minutes seating, preferably drive-through, and as quick as possible so that I can go home and fucking wash my ass.
I said to myself.
By the way, also, because it said political consultant with that guy, did they say what she was doing with her career? They never addressed what she's doing with her career. No careers are involved in this. Do you understand? This is all the activities outside of the career, which just goes to show you how full of shit these fucking careers are. Because if your career was your calling card, for me, ranting. If I turned ranting into a fucking career, you wouldn't make a Des movie without rants. You wouldn't fucking do that. It's like, here are all the bits that nobody gives a shit about. Here's Des going to get his dry cleaning. Here's fucking Des going down to get his, you know, to the shoe repairman. Although, nice little tidbits, advertise the neighborhood, that's all good. But the bulk of the movie would be me looking at shit saying, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck's going on there? The fact that they don't do anything regarding any of that. I don't know where any of these people work. I don't know what the fuck they do for a living. But they clearly have fucking money. And that's the fucking problem. I think that's where, and I guess this has been true in the past, but now I think it's especially true. I think it's especially, you can just see right now, they call it what, the K-shaped recovery. You can see who's in an upper K and who's in the lower K. This is upper K fucking shit. And they don't do anything. That's the whole point. If you know what, if they spend 5 minutes going into the lab, say she's a fucking chemist, and she's working on some shit, and she's even if she's not doing it, even if she's looking busy, pouring potions into one thing, into the other, I'd be like, you know what? Respect. Because at least you learn how to look like you're doing potions and looking like you're doing something sophisticated for your money. Not just some middle management, useless. She says journalism. I guarantee you it's not fucking hard-hitting journalism. I guarantee you it's some shit like, where to go for brunch and where you can sit and talk about all your problems, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You deserve more than... You don't deserve fucking shit. You have everything. You deserve more than this. What do you deserve? You have oxygen. You have clothes. You clearly have enough money to go and buy some fancy food. You live in fucking the greatest city in the world. What do you deserve? What do you deserve? Say fucking thank you and move on.
Really, Marie.
Well, how else do you think you do it? I've got the perfect guy. I don't happen to find him attractive, but you might. She doesn't.
You know what? I guess maybe relative to this whole digitized whatever the fuck is going on there, maybe that's a thing. This whole old school fixing up kind of shit. But that's like, we're either gonna do the fucking first world shit of like, freedom and talking about your useless problems, right? Or we're gonna do old school arranged marriage, but this whole, like, how are you pairing this whole I'm a young free thing with being fucking sad? Maybe, again, could just be me. Never understood it. Never understood the whole setting up thing. Never understood this, the fucking Rolodex here. Oh, here's a bunch of people because that's the whole fucking point of life, is to be in a Rolodex that you might end up in somebody else's Rolodex while they end up in their Rolodexes, and then it's a fucking conference, a fucking brunch table full of Rolodexes trying to match up people who are going to then sit and talk about for the next 20 years of their life how the shrimp they just got was a little bit cold. There's more to all this than that, I would hope.
Marie, I'm not ready yet.
But you just said you were over him.
I am over him, but I'm in a mourning period.
Who is it? Alex Anderson?
That's another thing. Like, and it's not just this movie, it's all movies. They just drop these names. They just make up these names, and you could tell the writer is impressed by the fact that they came up with a real sounding name. Oh, it's Malcolm Sampson. Malcolm Sampson. And then they say the name Malcolm, and then like every character has to be like, oh, Malcolm Sampson? Yeah, Malcolm Sampson. Oh, Malcolm Sampson, what a character. It's like, yes, we get it. You came up with a fucking... Nobody does that in real life. Nobody does that in real life. Who does that in real life? It's like, hey, Joe, the guy fucking Joe. Oh, the guy, and if you don't know him, it's like, oh yeah, the guy. He's this guy. His name is Joe. He lifts weights and he drinks caffeine-free fucking Red Bull, right? But you don't sit there and go like not every person is a fucking business card. Not everybody's like, oh, here's what I do. Here's my full name and here's my middle initial. Like, just speak cat. Like, are these people robots? And the reason I'm saying that is because I still recognize people like this. As this thing goes on, I'm realizing that a lot of my fury is that it's actually not that it's bullshit. It's that it's very accurate, and that these things are still lingering on, and that it fucking pisses me off that it does.
What are you saying? I should get married to someone right away in case he's about to die?
You know what the grand irony of this whole shit is, right? If there's fucking 20 women at a table, and 19 of them are talking about this shit, are talking about, this and who's that, the one person that's not talking about it is most likely the person that I would have a connection with. Because the grand fucking irony, you spend all your time thinking about this shit and you're actually fucking less equipped for that shit, because again, you're doing it for the institution. You're doing it to be seen doing that, not for actually doing it. It's the ceremony of all this shit. We're gonna have a separate video rather, that has my thoughts on what I think is maybe the number one biggest load of shit, and that's holding us all back as a fucking species, and that is ceremony. But we'll get to that at some point.
At least you could say you were married.
If I keep pausing this movie, I'm gonna be here till fucking 10 o'clock tonight. It's 4 o'clock right now.
Marriages don't break up on account of infidelity. It's just a symptom that something else is wrong.
Really? Well, that symptom is fucking my wife.
Gotta give a shout out. At least they put one guy in there with a proper fucking accent. I mean, Billy Crystal because he's what, Jersey? He's either Jersey or Long Island, so he's got a bit of that. But you got the old school fucking guy. So at least props for putting him in there. But big hang up with this fucking guy. In about 20 minutes time, you'll see why.
Nothing to see his American. Who is he?
Harry Burns. He's a political consultant.
There it is. There it is. Full name, bullshit occupation. And that's it. Des DeGeneration, political consultant. I'm gonna start making fuck the last, like, we're gonna go casual. Des, political consultant. That's it. They've summed up this entire guy's existence. Who is he? Who is he? That's a fucking deep question. Who is Des? How do you sum me up? Well, you're gonna have to fucking talk to me for 5-10 minutes. You're gonna have to, I'm not gonna give you a fucking. This is why resumes never work for me. How are you gonna get the Des experience on a fucking piece of paper? You're gonna see what I've done, but other people have done that. Do you understand what I mean? So, like, if I'm a cashier and then I clean floors and then I do this, that's 3 things that most people can do. And you just weave that together. I can say underneath, did this shit well, the boss liked me, blah, 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 blah. How does that give you any sense of who the fuck I am? I think from now on, if I ever have to do that shit again, I'm just gonna do fucking videos. I'm gonna do one of these and I'll be like, listen, here's exactly who I am. Because me talking to you 30 minutes through this medium is going to tell you a lot more than any fucking title. Because titles are all bullshit. This guy's a fucking political consultant. We still don't know what the fuck he does. We're going to find out. If they did a Harry Met Sally Part 2, we're going to find out that he was behind some covert shit. You know, and that there was kids who had fucking banana trees in their backyards in fucking, Panama that, ended up fucking dying and got fucking obliterated, and then they took the bananas off the banana trees, because that seems to be a very recurring story, and he was probably fucking behind that. But now he's in a bookstore in a personal fucking growth section because he's not feeling fulfilled like they all fucking say, and on top of everything, he is being defined by his fucking job title. Maybe that's the fucking problem. Maybe you could put the fucking book down. He wouldn't be in a bookstore unless he's just there to hit on girls, because I've heard this is a strategy too to make you look sophisticated, blah 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 blah. But maybe the issue then, guy, is that you're too fucking you're defined by this bullshit job that has some bullshit real world consequences. I'm stuck on this political consultant shit. I can't move past it. I can't move past it.
How's Joe?
Fine. I hear he's fine.
You not with Joe anymore?
We just broke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's too bad.
Yeah. Well,
Also, if 6 years go by, and the 6 years between this and the last time, the first time they were together for a month, are you really just gonna, with all certainty, go in there and be like, yeah, how's he doing? The fucking odds of that, I'm just, maybe, if it was me, I'd be like, okay, the odds of the fact that this shit didn't last that long are fucking high. So I'm not going to sail right in there and be like, yeah, how is he? I get it. He's got ulterior motives. Great fucking phrase there. He's got ulterior motives because he's trying to swoop in, even though he doesn't want to admit that he does. But I'm still, as a whole thing, don't that's the third time never meeting. Don't fucking assume. Anyway.
Yeah.
What happened with you guys?
When Joe and I started seeing each other, we wanted exactly the same thing. We wanted to live together, but we didn't want to get married because every time
another fucking fancy restaurant too, by the way.
They practically never had sex again. And she said, I spy a family. And I started to cry. And I went home and I said, the thing is, Joe, we never do fly off to Rome at a moment's notice.
Nobody flies off to Rome at a moment's notice. That's not fucking normal. Maybe now because of reduced prices because of coronavirus. You can go anywhere the fuck you want. Look, I'll go on a plane to fucking Rome tomorrow. Okay? But that's going to involve me either fucking bloating my fucking credit card or planning in advance how the fuck I'm be able to save up for that shit. I will do that at a drop of a hat. But this idea that these people are your enemies. And I think that and I hate to fucking do this divide and conquer shit, because we all, you cut us all open, we all fucking bleed the same fucking color, supposedly. And that's not, don't read too far into that. I'm just, because I don't know about science and shit. But, the point is today is more clear than ever before. This shit, we just threw to get. I hate getting fucking political with all this shit. We just threw a fucking guy out. We stomped him out. We said for better, for right, or for wrong. You said you gotta shut your fucking mouth, guy. And when he didn't shut his mouth, they fucking stomped him out. They beat him in a fucking election. That whole movement that was all bravado and it's all a bunch of fucking pussies running around saying, yeah, I'm a patriot. No, you're a fucking clown. You're a joke. But besides that, they got a lot more fucking quiet. Now, who's in the place of that now? Nobody fucking knows. The old sleepy guy? I don't think so. It's the old sleepy guy who's the front, who's the thing for this blob of a fucking machine that's made up by fucking middle managers and shit who look exactly like this and who talk about stupid shit like this when they're not fucking working the bullshit job that they have because they have all this leisure time to realize how empty and hollow their shit is. But this is who everything's fucking working for. Today, right now, the only spots that you can fucking go out and have dining in now are fucking vaccinated middle managers like this. And I'm not saying it's elitist to be vaccinated. Go get fucking vaccinated. I'm gonna get fucking, my views are gonna be destroyed on this. Not that I was gonna have any viewers anyway, but the idea is that now they're gonna sink me because I started mentioning that shit. The point is, this is now the collective. This the hundreds of thousands of Harrys and Sallys is now what's in charge. It's now what's in charge. Flying off to Rome at a moment's notice. I fucking wish I could. And I can. Because I'm a free man and I am truly serendipitous. But again, would have to run it along the checkbooks, if you will.
Well, I guess it's over, and he left.
Her mistake in the first place, again, was trying to find love with a dude who is literally like a mannequin for J. Crew.
If you're so worried, go see a doctor.
No, he'll just tell me it's nothing.
Yeah, because it is
Will
nothing.
you be able to sleep?
The doctor will tell you it's nothing because it is nothing. It's all in your fucking head. Another thing. Overprescribed. Everything's an issue. I have this. I have that. I have that. You fucking don't. You're just weak.
If not, I'll be okay.
What'll you do?
I'll stay up and moan.
Again, apologies for the anger here, but because you're saying, Des, you're being thing to a fictional character. Like I said, not entirely fucking fictional. It's ringing a lot of bells.
He rips
Okay.
off my clothes.
Kudos for this scene because that's, in terms of just the look of it, the Central Park and then with the leaves. Again, chef's kiss. That's the second chef's kiss. I'll give credit where credit's due.
Well, sometimes I vary it.
I have decided
Okay.
that for the rest of the day, we are going to talk like this.
Like this?
No, please, to repeat after me. Pepper,
Pepper.
pepper, pepper, pepper. Waiter, there is too much pepper on my paprikash.
Waiter,
There is too much pepper on my paprikash.
on my paprikash.
I used to think that this was cute. I used to be like, oh, it's funny. This dude is just in his own fucking planet. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. He's not fucking laughing. He's not in the moment. He's just going off of his mode. And it's just like, here's what we're going to do now. And I know so many people like this. It's like, it's a two people is a fucking mutual experience. Okay? If you're a fucking tennis extraordinaire fanatic, but the other person has never seen a fucking tennis ball in their life, maybe if they're like, hey, what's tennis? Can you explain it to me? Maybe then you go explain it. But this idea that are you going to run through who's the fucking top tennis players in the world for 20 fucking minutes? The other person has no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And they're trying to make it. And yeah, okay, she's playing along. But this dude is just doing whatever the fuck he wants because he's weird. And that, again, is the story of so many fucking people. Like, oh, I just bring a pogo stick on a fucking subway because that's normal. No, it's not. It's not. And then because you're holding it, everybody's got to fucking dance around and squish and make fucking room. Not anymore, obviously, because nobody takes the shit anymore. But I'm talking about pre-2020. Indulge. We have to indulge you all the time. It's us indulging you doing weird shit. And I'm sick of it.
But I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie.
You could see too.
But I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
See?
Pecan pie. Would you like to go to the movies with me tonight?
You see how he smiled there at the end? He's like, "Spy." He's like, "I've executed my performance piece. Like, I've done my bit. Charge fucking tickets, guy. Charge tickets, sell tickets, charge money. I'm fucking, again, as advertised, you know, you get what you pay for, which is fucking zero with me and with him."
Not to repeat, please, to answer. Would you like to go to the movies with me tonight?
Also, okay, they did dinner, and now they're in a fucking museum, and now he's asking her to go see a movie. Disposable income here. Disposable income. And on top of that, you're spending an entire day and your whole thing is, oh, you get... No. Also, okay, in fairness, maybe the museum's free. I think is that the one that's on the thing? Along Central Park? I think that might be free. So maybe and tickets aren't like... It's not, you know what it is? It's not the income. It's the leisure shit. Like, maybe am I just fucking jealous? Am I just jealous that these people they have somewhere they go at 9, they get out there at 5, they don't have to fucking worry about it until the next day at 9, they get paid a stupid amount of money, and then the rest of the time, they can worry about going to fucking, you know, playing pinball, going to fucking try some socks on, like whatever the fuck is in their heads for that day, and then complain about it later over fucking dinner that they will then complain about at the next fucking brunch. Maybe I'm just fucking jealous. Maybe I'm just jaded and jealous. But at this point, I don't have any sort of rope to fucking cling on to in this fucking situation. I ain't been to the movies, and the movies, like I said, isn't that expensive. I haven't been to the movies in fucking 3 years. And that's, like, okay, take the corona bit out of it. That's fucking 2 years before that.
For anybody right now.
It's time.
It was the most uncomfortable
Okay.
night of my life.
Okay. Case and fucking point. Case and fucking point. Notice the word choice, too, as they're rolling out this obscene fucking rug on the obscene floor of this obscene fucking apartment. Word choice. Uncomfortable. It was the most uncomfortable. Like, if this isn't winning, and you got it for dirt cheap, you get that shit today, you're paying at least 6, 7. I'm not a real estate agent, right? But maybe now it's come down because the city's going to shit. 5, 6, 7 mil? 500,000? And you're fucking complaining? Look at those fucking windows. That's the kind of shit. You have those windows, you're like, well, yeah, well, if I could jump out of the areas, it's like, you know what? Then I would love it. Then if life is shit, right? If life is shit, and you're only gonna spend your entire life going off about how shit life is and how empty this lifestyle is, then fucking, you know what? They should take these fucking things and give it to some kid. Like, I keep going back to Nicaragua and Panama, I know, but honestly, these are the ones that are being displaced when they come for the fucking banana trees, right? You go find the kids with the banana trees that had their legs blown off. You put them in these fucking apartments. Keep going out. See? I mentioned Nicaragua. This is some deep state kind of shit. And they want to say, I'm not even going to go, I'm not going to go into it. We'll dig deeper in future episodes, okay?
We're talking dream date compared to my horror. It started out fine. She's a very nice person.
Political consultant.
And we're sitting and we're
Political
talking in this
consultant.
Ethiopian restaurant that she
What do you
wanted to
do?
go to. I was making jokes,
What do you do?
like, hey,
I want to know.
they had food in Ethiopia.
That's all I'm
We
saying.
need a quick meal. I'll order 2 empty plates and we can leave. And I'm in the middle of this massive anxiety attack. Oh man, I start sweating like a pig. And she went to a but they're both Big Ten schools. I got so upset.
My anxiety attack. I'm an anxiety attack. My anxiety attack. Join the fucking club.
It might be.
Do you know what having anxiety is called? It's called being fucking human. Having anxiety is called being a human being who's fucking complex and beyond the simple sum of whatever the fuck they are in a fucking society that rewards fucking political consultants who we have no idea what they do all day. You see what I'm now? Are you seeing the trend now? Are you seeing the trend that is making me nauseous when I watch this? It's because it's the fueling thing. It's the fueling fucking cycle. It's like the having everything, not being happy. I'm depressed, blah, 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 blah. But that's what the system supports. So the system supports that shit. And then when it supports it, these people keep winning. And they keep getting more. And they're less happy. And they're less happy. And now, meanwhile, everyone else is getting squeezed out. Everyone else has got to fucking start doing some songs and dances. Even just get the bare minimum. Right? A lot more to offer to society. A lot more interpersonal skills. A more positive outlook on things, a better storytellers, better everything, getting squeezed out because the blob is saying we don't want you, we want them because they're not risky. You can go to sleep at night knowing that they're not gonna fuck up that account that you really need, but you don't really need. It's now you're seeing. From a stupid little movie that's supposed to be lovey-dovey, the strings are all falling apart because we're tugging at them. We're tugging at them, baby, and we're going to keep tugging even though it's been a long time already, and I got to say, I'm starting to get exhausted. More stuff. Okay, so far we've had museum, dinner, more dinner, Giants game, the offer of a movie, batting cages, like again, the whole movie full of leisure and in 2 sentences about political consulting and journalism.
What do you mean?
Also, if the other guy is a journalist, which you'll find out later, like you should be at some point working on your shit. Work on your fucking shit. This shit doesn't like, and especially if the movie is being made by creative people, and that's making me question then do they just know people who know people? Because if you sit and create shit, it takes up your time, especially if you got to work some other job. Obviously, he's a journalist, so that's the job he already has. But if you sit and do things, that fucking takes time to do. Okay, so you don't have a zillion hours to go to the batting cages, to go do this and to go do that. I get it probably takes place over a couple of months, right? And it's being condensed into 90 minutes. However, at a certain point, what you're choosing to show us is very telling. And I don't trust, if this guy had a column, or if she had a fucking column, I don't think I'd be fucking reading it. This bit's good. I do like this bit.
Oh, God.
Not just because, but you know.
Oh, God.
It's well acted. It's just, you know.
Oh, yes. Oh.
I almost gotta turn this shit down because of the fucking neighbors.
Oh, God. Oh.
That's all.
I'll have what she's having.
And there's the line there. But that's all. See? Because she one-ups him. She gives a fucking... Do you want to talk about a guy before going, man, my pepper. This dude got one-upped, and all he does... It's not even like... The look that he just gave, more than anything, is, oh, somebody out one-upped me. Look at this. See? It's not even like, oh, you got me. It's like, oh, you can perform too. Okay, so we can both do things that bounce off of each other's face as if the other person doesn't fucking exist. We're both indulging each other on our useless whatever. But regardless, great scene. Sleigh bells, fucking Ray Charles. rock solid. Beautiful fucking song. Christmas. This is another thing. Christmas in New York. It's getting to me now. A little bit. We're tugging some heartstrings again. Oh, the tree. Oh. Oh. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. And pretend that he's a Parson Brown. Who the fuck is Parson Brown? Do they know? Have they figured it out? Great unsolved mystery of time. Two-Face unafraid, the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. See? Fucking champagne again. We're on fucking champagne again. And I get it. It's spread out. But like still, you're choosing 90 minutes to show in a film, and this is what we're getting.
Silly. The next New Year's Eve, if neither one of us is with anybody, you got a date.
Deal. See? Now we can dance cheek to cheek.
It's just to tell them I love you a lot. Then the world discovers as my book ends.
Oh shit. The song. It's well done. Well done.
Wanna get some air?
He was the head counselor at the boys' camp, and I was the head counselor.
Oh, come on.
I don't know about this. It's just a dinner. You know, I finally got to a place in my life where I'm comfortable with the fact that it's just me and my work. If she's so great, why aren't you taking her out?
How many times do I have to tell you? We're just friends.
So you're saying she's not that attractive?
No, I told you she is attractive.
Yeah, but you also said she had a good personality.
She has a good personality. What?
When someone's not that attractive, they're always described as having a good personality.
Look, if you would ask me, what does she look like? And I said she has a good personality. That means she's not attractive. But just because I happen to mention that she has a...
It's like whenever I meet Jimmy Breslin,
Shouts out to Jimmy Breslin. That another thing I like about this movie.
Let's just say I'm really just not a big fan of Jimmy Preston's part.
He's the reason I became a writer, but that's not important.
See, another thing, yeah, she's not a fan of him. Why? Because what? Because he talked about the average fucking people who didn't have to go to... Because he didn't have to go to a fancy journalism school to become a journalist, because he figured out how to fucking tell stories about people on the street, and that goes against your whole idea of what journalism is. your flawed, stupid idea of what journalism is?
I think restaurants have become too important.
Oh, I agree. Restaurants are to people in the 80s what theater was to people in the 60s. I read that in a magazine.
What fucking magazine was that? Shit that only yuppie people care about? Magazine? Edition fucking 55? Those restaurants are to theaters and to mascots. To who? To who? And also, and continue. I wrote that. That's what he said. And in fairness to him, he's saying restaurants are too important, right? So he does have that critique. But, Jimmy Breslin guy is now writing for the Yuppie People magazine. And I'm supposed to believe this shit. And he was very convincing up to this point. Because he's talking about Breslin. He's got the fucking accent. He's got a beer at a table where they're all doing the radicchio, whatever the fuck. So, but then he's going to write, you tell me he's going to write a fucking article called The Theater. And then what's next? Fuck off.
Get out of here.
No, I did. I wrote that.
I've never quoted anything from a magazine in my life.
Yeah, bullshit.
It's amazing, don't you
Bullshit. Yeah, your whole personality, your whole vocabulary is unoriginal snippets of fucking magazines. It's like a ransom note of paragraphs of useless shit.
It's amazing, and you wrote it?
I also wrote Pesto's the Quiche of the 80s.
Get over yourself.
See, confused. They don't know. They don't. I'm sure that the pesto is the quiche of the. What are you talking about? Oh, but Des, you had to be there because it was there. No, I don't. I don't fucking have to be there because they're doing the same. Oh, this is the thing of the avocado toast and it's who decides? Who's deciding this shit? Where's the lab where they're generating all this? Who? I just want to know. This is good. Anything old school. I think they might have had one before from some Russia. I don't know. I've been skipping back and forth. This is good. This is again heartstrings.
But she looked really nice to me.
Oh, see, yeah.
So I said, okay, to the man. We get married. We made it for 50.
Okay.
Sally, please report to me. Look at this. This is the greatest. You're gonna love this. This is a singing machine. Look, you sing the lead, and this has the backup and everything. This is from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Here's the lyrics right here.
Story with a fringe on top.
Yes, perfect.
No. Stop.
Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry.
Stop.
When I take
Stop.
you
See.
out in my surrey.
I'm gonna fucking vomit. I'm gonna fucking vomit. Once again, no problem with singing songs and Broadway. There's no problem with that. I'll go see a Broadway. I've been to Broadway. I'll go see a Broadway show. But what is that? You know it by heart, and then you do this whole fucking teapot like bullshit again. Look at me. Oh, how is that the default thing? Like, how do you know that shit? Like, who on the streets knows this shit? And again, 30 years ago, whatever. It's so detached. Because what? Because everything else would be lowbrow. God forbid they put, singing Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody. God forbid they did that. To be snuffed at. To Jimmy Breslin for Meg Ryan over here.
Out in my surrey with the fringe on top. Now you.
What's that fringe and a sheet of butters? When I drive those high-step shutters?
This is not cute. There's nothing cute about that. And he's doing the thing again with the eye. There's nothing cute about this. It's not cute. It's not charming. It's fake.
This is Iris Stone. Harry Burns.
Harry.
Once again, it's your husband. This is my husband. This is what does it matter what his fucking last name? Like, these are all, including the main characters. They're all fucking stock characters. They're all fucking superficial thing. What's the point of this?
I'm sorry, this is Sally Albright, Helen Hilson.
Helen Hilson. I'm a professional this. I'm a professional that. I'm a professional this. Oh wow, I'm a professional that. We update 30%. Our portfolio has gone through the roof. It's tremendous, and it's a downgrade, upgrade, downgrade, and everything is and we should get together, and we should discuss it as bubbles in our glass spark from the bottom to the top, and we watch it and we'll say together how the world is disappointing us. And blah 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 blah.
Hi.
Well, see you.
Yeah, bye. Nice to meet you, Ira.
I don't get it.
You okay?
Yeah, perfect. She looked weird, didn't she? She looked really weird. She looked very weird.
I've never seen her before.
Trust me, she looked weird. Her legs looked heavy. Really, she must be retaining water.
Harry.
Believe me, the woman saved everything.
Sure you're okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Look, it had to happen at some point. In the city of 8 million people, you...
Okay.
It works.
Okay.
It says home to me.
Okay.
All right, we'll let Harry
I
decide
mean,
you, the judge.
okay, there you go. Let's roll that back a bit. What in God's fucking name? And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, there was the times then. Who decided we're going to put these particular pieces of clothing together into an outfit like that? What in fucking God's name? And I understand. I'm no fucking fashionista over here. But Jesus Christ.
Of course.
Look at this.
He's a guy.
Look at this. What did you cut the sleeves off of a sweatshirt? Did you cut the legs off of your pants? What are you doing? What are you doing? And you're supposed to be the guy, to be the saving grace. Guy with the accent, guy who likes Jimmy Breslin, writes pesto articles apparently, and also cuts off the sleeves of his sweatshirt. In what decade is this okay? Again, express yourself, whatever, but what is going on here? You see the socks too, and the shoes? Again, there's not a fashionista, not out to say you need to look elegant, but there's a bare minimum, and there's shit you don't do. This is the definition of something you don't do.
I don't object to any of your things.
If we had an extra room, you could put all your things, including your bar stools, and I would
Wait.
Look at it. Look at that. Unreal. I wouldn't be caught dead. Given what I walk around in, still wouldn't be caught dead in that. Dear Jesus. You look like a retired, mailman who also happened to, I have no idea. I'm out of ideas. I'm out of ideas with this whole thing. Listen, this was the last major point I wanted to make, by the way, because the rest of the movie, it goes where it's going to go. We're basically confirming what we're saying before, because he's saying, oh, it's cute how it takes you 15 minutes to order. It's not fucking cute. Okay? It's not this, it's not that. The movie goes where it's going to go, and it's more people's problems, and it's going to be more me. So now it's this awful cycle of me sounding off on people sounding off on their own problems, and we're already like so much. I have shit to do today. I got to go do my laundry, so we'll end it there. This has been the first episode, and possibly last. I gotta say, that was a grueling experience. I think next time I'm gonna have to cut things down shorter, because when it comes down to me spewing on this and that, it takes fucking forever. So we'll be back around next time with something else. I think I have a good idea of what the next thing is gonna be. Until then, you've been watching me, so you're a champ. Now go live a champ's life, my friend. Adios. Do widzenia.